too.
Hey, Flash, I'd love you to meet my friend. Darling, I've forgotten your name.
Officer Judy Hobbs, CPD, how are you?
I am.
It's official, Zootopia 2 is on the way, and we're absolutely thrilled, especially since it's been almost 10 years since the first movie. Zootopia takes place in this one-of-a-kind world where humans are out of the picture, and animals are running the show, whether it's a ram working as a chemist or a sloth very slowly handling things at the DMV. We've got all the details on the upcoming movie, plus some exciting news about a new character who's set to solve an old mystery and stir up the perfect conflict. Let's dive in. The first movie followed Judy Hobbs, a determined rabbit who joins the Zootopia Police Department. Teaming up with Nick Wilde, a sly con artist fox, they unravel a deep government conspiracy that shakes the city. The original Zootopia was praised for its incredible world building, with its vibrant metropolis full of distinct neighborhoods, each with its own personality. Considering its box office success, it was surprising that it took 7 years for a sequel to be announced. Zootopia 2 will continue Judy and Nick's story, bringing us back into their world, but with many details still under wraps, there's plenty of mystery left to explore in Zootopia. With a 2025 release date for Zootopia 2 fast approaching, fans are starting to get some juicy details about the sequel story and character developments. At the 2024 D23 Fan Expo, Disney gave Zootopia 2 a big spotlight, sharing new promotional images and teasing a mystery that will take Judy and Nick into the reptile community. One of the biggest reveals was the casting of Oscar winner Ke Huy Quan, known for his role in Loki, as Gary the Snake, a character who will be pursued by Judy and Nick. Disney even gave fans a first look at Gary, showing off a rendering of this smiling reptile at D23, hinting that he might not be the villain we expect. While details about Gary's role in the story are still under wraps, his introduction has definitely sparked interest. Disney also confirmed that Zootopia 2 is set to hit theaters on November 26, 2025, right in time for the Thanksgiving holiday, which could give the film a nice boost at the box office. However, with over a year to go, there's always a chance the release date could shift. One of the most intriguing aspects of Zootopia 2 is how it plans to solve an old mystery while setting up the perfect conflict for the sequel. The original Zootopia introduced us to a vibrant, bustling city teeming with various mammals, but it left out certain species like reptiles and birds, sparking curiosity among fans. This lingering question has been unanswered for nearly a decade, until now. With the introduction of Gary the Snake, voiced by Oscar-winning Ke Huy Quan, Zootopia 2 is poised to explore a new facet of the city that was previously unexplored. Gary's character not only fills a gap left by the absence of reptiles in the first film, but also sets the stage for a deeper exploration of Zootopia's diverse districts. The sequel will delve into the unique environments and social dynamics of these underrepresented species, likely continuing the themes of bias, tolerance, and acceptance that made the original film so impactful. Gary's introduction could also lead to an intriguing conflict, as his presence in Zootopia might challenge the existing social order or reveal hidden tensions between the city's various species. By solving the mystery of why reptiles and birds were missing from the original film, Zootopia 2 has the potential to expand the world in meaningful ways, enriching the story while addressing a decade-old question. In Zootopia, you might have noticed that the city is bustling with all sorts of mammals, from giant elephants to tiny mice, but not a single bird or reptile in sight. The city is strictly a mammal-only zone, no snakes slithering down the streets, no crocodiles on their way to work, and no birds soaring through the skies or hanging out at the shopping centers. It's like these types of animals just don't exist in Zootopia. But now, with the announcement of Ke Huy Quan's character, a snake named Gary, it looks like Zootopia 2 is finally going to address this. According to the teaser from Disney at D23 2024, Gary has some old ties to Zootopia that pull him into Judy and Nick's next big investigation. His character is bound to explain what happened to the reptiles, birds, and other non-mammal species. Who knows, maybe we'll even see other animal cities come into play. Plus, the official logo for Zootopia 2 features a scaled tail, which definitely hints that reptiles will be a big part of the story. Zootopia 2 has the potential to introduce us to entirely new animal cities, and Gary the Snake might just be our gateway to one of them. We've already learned that fish and bugs exist in the world of Zootopia, but they're non-sentient and serve as food for the predators, who no longer munch on mammals. This makes the introduction of a sentient snake like Gary even more intriguing, suggesting that reptiles have their own place in this world. If the mammals of Zootopia built their massive city, then it's only logical that other animal groups like lizards, pelicans, turtles, and flamingos could have done the same. Zootopia 2 could reveal that Gary is actually from a neighboring city populated entirely by reptiles, mirroring how Zootopia is a haven for mammals. This idea also hints that there might be other cities out there, each catering to different animal groups, like one for birds and other for amphibians. Given the themes of the first Zootopia, this setup could lead to a fascinating new conflict in the sequel. Introducing more animal groups in Zootopia 2 could set up the perfect conflict, taking the movie's themes to new heights. In the first Zootopia, the city was already divided along the lines of predators and prey, with biases leading to dangerous situations that reflected real-world issues like racism, bigotry, and intolerance. Judy's journey in the 2016 film showed her confronting her own biases and working to change, but what happens when she encounters animals from a completely different city and culture? The natural next step after Zootopia's lessons would be to explore how different animal cities, each with its own distinct culture, might interact or clash with one another. If Zootopia 2 brings in cities populated by birds and reptiles, it could deepen the movie's exploration of bias, moving beyond the predator-prey dynamic to address the divide between mammals and other animal groups. The introduction of Gary the Snake hints that these new biases will be a central theme. We'll have to wait and see just how far Disney is willing to push this idea in the sequel. Although the details are still under wraps, we do know that Zootopia 2 will continue where the first movie left off, with Nick and Judy teaming up once again to crack a new case. At the end of Zootopia, Nick, the former con artist, officially joins the police force and becomes Judy's partner, setting the stage for more buddy cop adventures. In the sequel, they'll be diving into a fresh mystery that involves the introduction of reptiles into the Zootopia world. It's likely that there's some kind of conspiracy within this new community that the duo will need to unravel. During the 2024 D23 event, Disney revealed a new character, Gary the Snake, voiced by Ke Huy Quan. While we don't yet know why Nick and Judy are after him, his friendly appearance suggests he might not be your typical bad guy. Zootopia 2 will also explore other story elements, particularly the dynamic between Judy and Nick, though fans are hoping their relationship stays platonic. Whatever the case, it's clear there are plenty of new animal adventures ahead. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.